Hi guys, I'm Leah. Long time no see. Last time I mentioned I had some ideological conflicts with my friend, and I tried to put myself in her shoes by knowing more about her origin, religion, and customs. And I even turned to this book for help, The Funeral of a Muslim. The author is Huo Da, who was born on November 26, 1945 in Beijing. She's a very famous Hui Chinese writer, and as a member of Hui ethnic group, Chinese Muslim, Huizhu, her cultural heritage deeply influences her work. One of the most famous masterpieces is The Funeral of a Muslim, 穆斯林的葬礼, which was written in 1987 and won the Maodun Literary Prize in 1991, China's highest literary honor. It spans 60 years, from 1919 to 1979, including 3 generations of a Muslim jade carving family in Beijing. Its dual narrative, featuring Jade and Moon, interweaves 2 tragic love stories across time. Jade stands for art, greed, and cultural legacy. Moon represents purity, transience, and unattainable ideals. The novel is considered as the first major work in contemporary Chinese literature to authentically portray Hui Muslims' lives, blending Islamic customs like halal diets, wedding, and funeral with the Chinese societal changes. And it is a voice rarely heard in mainstream literature. It exposes internal tensions, younger generations struggle between faith and modernity, while elders tend to enforce traditions at any cost. Its enduring appeal lies in its fusion of family legend, spiritual conflict, and timeless questions about freedom versus tradition. For example, the guardian of a conservative etiquette, Liang Junbi, can't tolerate anyone against her religion, and she builds up a high and thick wall, which is an invisible weapon, to battle against those who are seeking for more spiritual freedom, and they don't want to be stuck in religion, right? I know religion leads us through fear and anxiety, especially when we are frustrated and doubting ourselves or spiritually empty. We may feel a sense of comfort, even epiphany. That is the best part of religion. But when it comes to the limitations of it, it feels like ignoring the normal desires of human beings, and you have to suppress any desire which is supposed to be satisfied. And I believe it's better to have an outlet to give away than you always turn your back to your inner needs or emotions, right? Because I think when it gets too much, you yourself are the first target of your anger, right? It's like a volcano explodes all of a sudden, and everything will go on in a flame. Go on in flames in a minute, right? Of course, I know our perspectives are shaped by the times we live in, and we have to admit everyone has their limitations. But if we don't want to be trapped in so-called echo chamber, 信息茧房, right? So we should communicate with people from different backgrounds and different cultures as much as possible, and try to hold a more objective and cautious attitude towards everything, and get rid of spiritual bondage, because we cannot depend on only one thing to survive and thrive, right? We need a diverse support system of ideas, right? All right, so much for today. Bye bye. Have a nice day. And thank you. Bye bye.